Good evening and welcome to Before and After. With me this evening is the captain of WITCO Desperados, Curtis Edwards. WITCO Desperados recently made a tour to St. Vincent and performed at the Gee Shed and had an open air concert at the Market Square. Curtis, welcome to St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Thank you, nice to be here.
You performed at 2 concerts. What was the response like?
The response was good, the crowd was nice. I think they heard something that they've never heard before. And I think that was our main goal. Our main goal was to come here and show the Caribbean, St. Vincent first stop, and show them how far the pan has reached and how, what they can really do.
Tell us something about WITCO Desperados.
WITCO Desperados is a household name, as you know, from in the mid-30s, 1932. And ever since came right through different names. The first name was the Dead End Kids. Then we went to the Desperados, and that was in the mid-50s. After, bands was named, there were still bands in that time after motion pictures. And Desperados was chosen for the Levantil Boys, the Dead End Kids.
You're the captain of WITCO Desperados, and I think you have a membership of over 150. Yeah. How do you get those guys to be together during Carnival time?
It's a big task, a mammoth task, and that starts from as early as October. Right now we're behind, and this Carnival is a short season coming up here, but you have to put a lot of things in place from as early as October, and make sure that when the 100 guys are there, the 150 people plus are there, that systems are in place so they can follow. It's a mammoth task, but you have to be organized.
How do you get from 150 to 100 stage side? What is the process that you go through?
Best playing. That's it. Each Desperados is a band. You have to be able to execute. Do your runs, do your skills, do things that you have to be able to play. The best 100 will make the panorama.
You have made a lot of innovation in terms of the pan. There's the rocket pan that Despa started, and you have something that you call Jaws. And I think a lot of these things came from the late Rudolph Jaws, his innovation and everything. Yeah. How does you, as captain of Desperados, see the pan movement in the Caribbean and in Trinidad moving forward?
The move forward is integration, communication, and unity. The only way is unity. Unity is strength, and we have to get together to make this thing work. You see, because I had a big fear in the last World Festival in Trinidad and Tobago, where only one steel band from the Caribbean came from Grenada, and about 7, 2 from North America and 5 from Europe. And the standard in Europe is more close to Trinidad and Tobago than is the Caribbean. So, we have a lot of work ahead, but the only way is to work together in unity. And Desperados is people that play their part.
What do you think is responsible for the takeoff in Europe and we in the Caribbean remaining stagnant?
It's just ignorance. Europe see the pan as an instrument, and they run with it. It's something new. It's an alternative, because the whole of Europe and the world is looking for new music. And the pan happens to be that. It's just we are not seeing our riches, as Bob Marley said, in the abundance of water the fool is still thirsty.
You think that Despa's tour to St. Vincent and maybe to the other parts of the Caribbean will help to develop some sort of awareness that pan here is our thing and that we need to pay more attention to it?
Well, I have a strong feeling it would work from the response in St. Vincent. I'm very optimistic about this. I think it would work, and because I think it has worked in St. Vincent. I don't think St. Vincent will be the same, and we'll see pan music the same again after hearing this in this concert.
So you think your task basically has been accomplished?
Yes, I really do. I think so.
From here you go back to Trinidad, start preparing for Panorama 2002. Clive Bradley, your arranger?
Yeah, he was inside. He came from New York last night, 12:30 last night. So he's in town now, getting ready. That's what I said. We are behind, but we can do it. We can do it. We're behind in preparation.
When you all perform at the Gee Shed, I know the condition and everything was not what was expected. But you all did put down a very tantalizing performance, and I think people appreciated it. What is it like when Desperados are touring, especially outside the Caribbean?
Well, you know, it's totally different to what is going on here. When we're touring, first we stay in a 5-star hotel, stay in the best hotel. Then, you know, accommodation, we eat everything there. Because it is 5-star, you get everything there. So you don't have to study where you get breakfast, where you get lunch, and all these different things. And, you know, transportation, two coaches inside, toilet, everything, Desperados, big sign, you know, big glamour thing. So it's much different. But Desperados, we don't have a problem because we have a mission, we have an aim, and we have a goal. And we're not going to let nothing stop us, you know. So we don't have any complaints.
Okay. Last year and the year before, Desperados champions did not make the hat trick this year. Stopped by Exodus again in the festival. What is the feeling like among the players?
Well, Desperados, the band has always bounced back. We don't have a problem with that because in the 80s, it come like Muhammad Ali. You look for contenders to beat Muhammad Ali, and that has been going on in Trinidad and Tobago for the longest while. In the 80s, it was All Stars. They sent All Stars at Desperados. Desperados is still standing. And in the 90s, they sent Renegades. Desperados is standing. It was going to send them Excess in 2000. We don't have a problem. I'm pretty much sure we're going to be still standing at the end of 2000.
2002, what can we expect from Desperados?
Expect Desperados to win. Very serious. Because we are behind, but we know our plan. We have our plan in place. And we know we're going to take the war to whoever it is going to try and give us trouble.
What is the development of steel band like, and so the whole structure of steel band like in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, it's heading in a new direction now where they're putting more emphasis on the youths and training programs, things like patenting, the rights and things like that. That's where it's having copyright seminars and things like that. People who might compose a piece, you know exactly what to expect and things like that. That's where there's more heading in a more technical direction now. In all fields, even in the tuning,
Okay, you perform with two other bands, which is the Vinlek Potential and the Stardust Steel Orchestra on Sunday night. What can you say from listening to those bands in terms of the standard steel band in St. Vincent and Grenadines?
Well, the standard is good, but I have a problem still because I find that Europe and these places are more close to the Trinidad and Tobago than the Caribbean. I mean, if you listen from the World Festival that went in Trinidad and Tobago last year, you would see that's it. Okay, Grenada didn't make it. Grenada didn't make it to the finals, and 3 or 4 bands from the outside world made it. So, there's some improvement to be done, but it can be done by workshops and and dedication. As I told one of the guys on Star Left tonight, he said he would like to be like Desperados, but we didn't get there. So I remember spending nights and days, taking music from way back. I had to make that dedication to myself. I had to make that commitment and go outside and take 2 and 3 tunes per day to catch up with Desperados. So it's not something you will achieve overnight. You have to really work hard to get it.
Okay, Curtis, thank you very much. I'm Duggie Nose Joseph. Have a pleasant good evening.
First Caribbean Panorama, organized by Carapan, was held on December 1st in Grenada. Exodus of Trinidad and Tobago emerged the winners in both the bomb and panorama competition. St. Vincent and the Grenadines was represented by Starlift Steel Orchestra. Desperados of Trinidad and Tobago also took the 2nd position in both competitions. They would be here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines this weekend to perform 2 grand shows at the Guichet alongside Starlift Steel Orchestra. Now here's Desperado from Trinidad and Tobago's National Panorama 1997.